Greetings, salutations, and hello, I'm Try. Have you ever wondered what is your computer? Well, some people say it's that little box that's attached to everything. Those people would be right. Whether you're going, say, PC or them, it's still technically a computer. In fact, this one even closer because it's still using the same stuff you'd find in this one. Yes, there's an extra sticker here. It actually says what's in this one. If you can actually see that, nice. However, any system from as simple as your calculator is technically a computer. It computes numbers. Your brain is a biological computer, which is a disturbing thing, and I've been shorting out for years. It's the thing that allows stuff to get done. It is a machine that you use constantly, and especially in my case, it's a system that I'm stuck in. I fix, I build, I repair, manipulate, I guess, to a certain extent, and whatnot. It's basically your car engine has a certain level of compute to it. How many strokes of the pistons, how many, you can consider that your on-off binary. Ones, zeros, that's your binary. It's a numeric system, usually containing of ones or zeros. It is the backbone of computing. However, the physical hardware itself is what I'm referring to, which is, I guess, a very simplistic thing. When people say it's the CPU or it's the hard drive, for example here, but that's a CPU. Little piece of silicon, plastic, metal, allowing circuitry and whatnot to connect to it so that you can run programs, software, and whatnot. It is a component of the computer. It's not the computer itself. For those people who say it's the hard drive, we've already discussed that. It's this thing. Or the more modern SSD. I will bring those up as their own separate videos later on. I have it slated. I may be rambling now because I didn't bother to put together a bullet point of what I'm going to do. But this one's a fairly easy topic. What is a computer? Well, a computer is what you use from day to day to get things done. This little doodad, as everybody seems to think, this is a phone, this is this, this is this. It is a computer, specifically this one running a variation of the Android Linux-based system. Yes, I hate to tell you people who say I'm not a Linux user, but you use an Android phone, guess what? You're a Linux user. It's a variation of what's called Debian. So, hey, maybe there's one I'll play with at some point. What are operating systems? Because those of us who are using iOS, okay, those of you who are using iOS, because this thing hasn't been turned on. Sorry, this thing hasn't been turned on. It's an iPhone 13. Yeah, okay, if you're wondering, I keep getting stabbed by the antenna from Lenovo that's over here. Thus proving I had very little planning here. I had thought for this for a while, but, well, I have thoughts for a lot of stuff. As I said, old biological computer, and, well, its upkeep is... I need a serious defrag. That'll come up probably when I talk about what is storage or what is memory. I have it on the whiteboard as thoughts for later when we get there. So, there's a computer. System of expressing thoughts. If you really want to go that way, a whiteboard is technically yes, because it visually represents the processes and whatnot going on in my brain. It's just a monitor in that case. Ooh, that's a disturbing thought. Anyhow, if this helps you, well, great. But this is one that a lot of people should know. Yeah. I was kind of hoping that my last video would be that one that people would ignore. Guess what? On this channel so far, it has the highest viewership of any of my videos. Surprisingly, it's like, okay, since I restarted, my lowest count has been 18. My highest has been 31. And it's the one that I pretty much said, hey, ignore this. Yeah. Much like my brain. Does not compute. I wish that was a thought, a joke, before I said it. They always say it's the best ones that you don't think about. Computationally speaking, it is very true. Now, if there's anything you want to know about said computer, like what distinguishes the two, well, I hate to tell you, you get down to it, nothing. The hardware is essentially, you have a motherboard that has a CPU, that has memory, that has a form of storage, that basically connects to each other electrically until they figure out how to do the light one. That would be nice. And it turns signal into something you can actually use, where the output going to your monitor is that final output. So Apple users, you still use a computer. You give it funny names. That's like, this one's a stretch, but a coffee's a coffee. Even if you call it like a mocha chocolate, whatever, it's still technically a coffee, or originated that way. So, yeah, it's a computer. Your iPhone is a computer. Your iPad is a computer. Your MacBook is a computer. They're all computers. Technically, so are we. We're the biological version, and we've need debugging for a long time. The species is... Yeah, the firmware upgrade got missed. But that's another discussion. If you liked it, comment. If you felt like I could probably explain this better, chances are what I just gave you is what I'm giving you. Subscribing might actually help. This actually seems I'm getting viewership. I wasn't expecting to do too much on that. I have a series of things I'm thinking about that may actually help, at least to understand your technology, which is how I'm wishing to start. I'm recently getting into learning more about some of the stuff I need to do, virtualization and stuff, how to run a computer within a computer, or run two computers within a computer, how to share the resources, how to build the system. That's been actually the better part of my day today. So, a digital computer is still a computer. It still has a digital backplane, motherboard, logic board, whatever you want to call it. It still connects everything. Much like the internet is one big motherboard connecting us all together. So before I ramble too much further, this may actually be one of my shortest, so be kind to everybody as best as you can, except for those people that you really shouldn't, and ignore those.